Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Sunday and welcome back to our series on the Havamal where we examine it verse by verse. This week we are going to look at verse 20 and as always we begin by looking at 3 different translations. The first translation is from Olive Bray. It reads, "A greedy man, if he be not mindful, eats to his own life's hurt. Oft the belly of the fool will bring to him scorn when he seeks the circle of the wise." Now the second translation, by Henry Adams Bellows. "The greedy man, if his mind be vague, will eat till sick he is. The vulgar man, when brought among the wise, to scorn by his belly is brought." Now our third translation, by Jackson Crawford. "A belly's a sure sign that a man's not in control of himself. Folks'll laugh if you're eatin' too much. Your stomach's not your head. You can put too much in it." I always like the Jackson Crawford's Cowboy Havamal for a plain-spoken translation that makes the point. But the core essence of this particular verse is that a lack of self-control, particularly when it comes to food, exposes an individual to mockery. It actually is an expression of greed, and greed can be motivated by insecurity, ambition, or a desire to be distracted from your problems. The pursuit of greed, therefore, is about compensation. If we find ourselves falling prey to greed, whether it's being expressed through food, drink, sex, or money, the question is what hole within our spirit are we trying to seek to fill with these distractions? Something that's missing within our spirits is not going to be filled by anything in the material world, and acknowledging that is going to be the first step to stop acting in a greedy fashion. And the overindulgence in physical matters, it betrays a lack of inner wisdom. Pagan spirituality in many respects is about the pursuit of wisdom and then the application of wisdom gleaned. That's why we read mythology, sagas, epic poetry, and academic studies of the ancient gods over and over and over again. We're trying to find the lessons. We're trying to acquire wisdom so we can figure out how to use the principles we've learned in our own lives. But overeating, too much drinking, using sex as an escape rather than affirming a bond with someone, or accumulating money to an insane degree just for the sake of it, these are all distractions for us. None of these things are wrong or bad in and of themselves, but when it's done to excess, it keeps us from addressing the question of how we're living our lives, and are we living honorably and reasonably. And part of what studying the Havamal achieves is that its verses are a wake-up call. When we compare our conduct and its results to the advice we're receiving, it often gives us pause for thought and shows us areas in which we could all do better. Then, once we make that acknowledgement, we can begin to correct ourselves so we can work on our faults, address the underlying issues that our less than desirable behavior stems from. So, that's my thought on verse 20 of this week. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, or come see us on Discord at Blackbird's Brew. There's a link to join in the description box below, and share your thoughts with us there. But that's all for this week. I will see you in the next one. Bye!